The need for exercise, I think, is practice, practice, practice.
And that means practicing every task and procedure from the very beginning to the very end. For this exercise, the outbreak is statewide and the disease is spreading.
We have concern that there's not enough antibiotic medication, and so we've called for the Strategic National Stockpile, which is a stockpile of medications that come from the Centers for Disease Control.
A delivery like that takes some time. The El Paso County public health staff and volunteers aren't just waiting around. They have a lot to accomplish even before the meds arrive.
We're preparing for the tactics meeting, and then I'll be meeting with Susan and going over data before we go into the planning meeting. So we're getting all the details about the pod.
They also have to make sure they have the right staff and resources to cover all the bases.
Spanish speaking as well as English speaking staff, and we're also requesting an American Sign Language interpreter in case we have someone who is hearing impaired.
All while the shipment of medication is on its way.
We have an ETA that it's inbound and we're expecting it in about 30 minutes.
When the truck arrives, they move into the next phase, which requires a lot more heavy lifting to get the medication out to local partners throughout the South Central region.
We'll segregate those, put them on pallets, wrap them up, make sure the inventory is correct, and then put them on a truck to go out to those different locations.
Cargo is loaded and ready to depart RTP.
And it had to be precise.
Too much of one of the medications, they wouldn't be able to complete the task on the other end as far as giving out the medications. So we want to make sure what they asked for is what was given to them.
Once separated, wrapped, and loaded, it's delivered to what's called the point of dispensing, or a pod. For this exercise, the pod was set up at Rampart High School.
The public can come through here and receive medications to protect them against whatever the disease that's going around.
And the process to get through is thorough.
With this green flag lets me know when we can allow the public to continue to come to our table and we can screen their questionnaire. The red flag is that they need to go for a medical evaluation or if we need to call our unit leader over because we have a question. And the purple flag is if we need our behavioral health specialist to come over and assess the situation.
If there's any question that the screeners have about whether it's appropriate to dispense, they send them over to us to evaluate and see which of the antibiotics we should use, if any.
If they checked out okay, they got their meds and on they went. A long process that you might think could all be learned in a book, but the health director says not a chance.
Doing a full-scale exercise and actually going through a drill itself is so much better than just sitting at tables and going through different scenarios.
Classroom and so-called tabletop exercises are good, but this takes training to another level.
I have learned how to think on my feet really quickly, learned to work together as a group, learned that not everything is going to go as you planned.
We've seen some gaps that we are absolutely going to record and put down in our plans for if there is a real-life event.
Exercises like this one rely heavily on volunteers.
It's always a real pleasure to find ways we can give back to the community.
I have a full-time job, but today I'm here working truly as a volunteer because I want to make sure that my community is ready for anything at any time.
And they say they feel that's exactly what they did.
If we ever have to set up a pod here in the county, I do feel very confident that we can make it happen in a very organized way.